Hi guys. So in today's lecture we are going to talk about a very important scoring system for clinical assessment of newborn by the name of APGAR Score. This was provided by Dr. Virginia APGAR, an anesthetist. Try to understand this is acronym APGAR. A represents your appearance, P represents your pulse, G represents your grimace. What is grimace? Who can grimace better, boys or girls? I suppose girls. Okay, this is a reflex activity we will discuss. Then we will talk about activity related to active flexion and extension of newborn. And finally, we talk about R, that is respiratory effort or respiration. Nowhere there is any parameter by the name of respiratory rate in your APGAR scoring. So let's discuss APGAR score in detail. Here you can appreciate the APGAR scoring, right? And this baby is being evaluated. Try to understand. This was given by Dr. Virginia APGAR, an anesthetist. Okay, now try to understand. So here you can appreciate the APGAR score provided by Dr. Virginia. And as an acronym, it represents appearance, pulse, grimace, activity, and respiratory effort or respiration. Nowhere there is respiratory rate, right, among the parameters. Why it is done? To assess clinical condition of the newborn following birth at the very first minute and fifth minute. Okay, now what does it predict? It can predict degree of asphyxia. We have been studying about the criteria for birth asphyxia as per American Academy of Pediatric guidelines and other guidelines as well. In those guidelines, for birth asphyxia, you have one of the criteria related to the APGAR score, not the only criteria which determines birth asphyxia. I hope you guys understand. In case of American Academy of Pediatric guidelines, you have birth asphyxia on the basis of APGAR score. If it comes out to be less or equal to 3 at fifth minute, along with reduced cord blood arterial pH, that is less than 7.00, along with neurological dysfunction, along with multi-organ dysfunction, then you have to call it birth asphyxia. Okay. Now, resuscitation is something more important, right? It is life saving, right? It has to be done keeping in mind of a golden minute. So this is not going to determine whether you have to resuscitate or not. You have to resuscitate according to the various parameters present as per NRP guidelines. And meanwhile, you can provide the APGAR scoring retrospectively as well. Okay, try to understand. Here you have 5 components, and as per mnemonic or acronym, you have A for appearance, and this is related to the skin color. Okay, what skin color is considered normal? Pink is considered normal. Pale or cyanosed is considered not normal. What about pulse? It will represent heart rate. What heart rate is considered absolutely normal? Above 100. What about grimace? This is reflex activity, right? This can be elicited while irritating the nostrils of newborn with help of NG tube. If the newborn ends up sneezing or coughing, it represents good reflex activity. But grimace is not as good a reflex activity. Okay. And what is this activity thing? This is related to muscle tone and activity of newborn in form of spontaneous flexion and extension movements. Okay, we will discuss. And last criteria is your respiration, that is respiratory effort, that is related to cry. We are not talking about the respiratory rate as of now. Good cry, vigorous baby is considered normal. Sometimes you can find weak cry, that is not normal, and sometimes you can get no cry, that is absolutely not normal. Right, so here you can appreciate a girl with a typical facial expression, right? This can be labeled as grimace. So grimace is a reflex activity of newborn, we will discuss. Okay, this is not normal. Right, and what is this? You can appreciate bluish discoloration, and if bluish discoloration is present only at extremities, it is known as acrocyanosis, right? This has to be also evaluated. In general, it is said that at 1 minute, never give APGAR score as 10 upon 10, because in majority of conditions, you can very easily appreciate acrocyanosis over lower limbs or upper limbs, that is extremities most often. Okay, so this has to be noted. Now let's talk about each and every component of APGAR score in detail, and let's also talk about the scoring system. Okay, so as of now we have already understood that it has 5 components. Okay, let's study. Here you can appreciate appearance. This is related to the color of skin. What color is normal? Pink is normal. What is abnormal? Cyanosis, that is bluish discoloration or paleness. Okay, we will discuss. What is pulse? This is the heart rate. What heart rate is normal? Over 100 is considered normal. What is grimace? I did talk about this particular thing. This is reflex activity following stimulation by nasogastric tube into the nostrils. Baby should sneeze or baby should cough, not only grimace. What is activity? This is your tone, posture, and spontaneous flexion and extension movements of your baby. What is respiration? This is respiratory effort or respiration, not respiratory rate. This is related to the cry of the newborn. If baby is crying well, okay, that is vigorous baby, it is good. If baby is having weak cry, it is not good. So these are various parameters. And now let's also have a look at the scoring system. You have five parameters over here. For any parameter, maximum score should be 2. Okay, for any parameter, that is the best score. Okay, and what is the minimum score as per each parameter? It has to be 0. If baby is completely pink, you have to give a score of 2. Okay, it means that everything is good. And if extremities are pale or extremities are cyanosed, then you have to give score of 1, that is acrocyanosis, that is almost always present at the first minute. And if the baby is completely cyanosed or pale, 0 score should be given. Now, what about pulse? Heart rate more than 100, consider normal, give a score of 2. Less than 100, score of 1. And if it is absent, give score of 0. Now, what about grimace following nasogastric stimulation into the nostrils? If baby pulls away, cries, sneezes, coughs, it is considered as good. Okay, so you have to give score of 2. And if you observe just grimace, that is slight facial movement, you have to give a score of only 1. And sometimes there can be no response at all, that is no reflex activity at all. You have to give a score of 0. Now, what about activity? If there are spontaneous flexion and extension movements, it is given score of 2. If there is only some flexion with reduced movements, it is given score of 1. And if baby is hypotonic and fully extended posture, it has to be provided a score of 0. What about respiratory effort? Vigorously crying, score of 2. Weak cry, score of 1. No cry, score of 0. So it is very, very simple to understand. Let's recap various parameters and scoring system. So first you have to focus on appearance. Okay, what appearance is normal? Pink appearance is normal. If baby is completely pink, give score of 2. If there is acrocyanosis, then give score of 1. If there is cyanosis all over the body, give a score of 0. So this is related to appearance. Second, let's talk about pulse, that is heart rate. Heart rate more than 100 or equal to 100, give score of 2. Heart rate less than 100, give score of 1. And if heart rate is absent, there is no heartbeat, give score of 0. And what about grimace, the reflex activity, the much talked activity of today's lecture? If baby following nasogastric stimulation into nostrils sneezes or coughs, it is good reflex activity. You can give score of 2. If there is only grimace, no coughing, no sneezing, only score of 1. And if no reflex, no response to stimulation, score of 0 should be given. Activity, baby doing spontaneous flexion and extension movements, active movements, give score of 2. If there is slight flexion with reduced movements, give score of 1. And if baby is lying limp, flaccid in extended posture, give score of 0. Respiration, good cry, spontaneous breathing, give score of 2. Weak cry, gasping, give score of 1. No breathing effort, give score of 0. Now, this is time to interpret other things as well. If baby is not crying, just making facial movements, this is particularly known as grimace. And I have been talking about this particular activity. This is reflex activity. To elicit this, you have to put nasogastric tube inside the nostrils, and then you have to check the response whether the baby cries, sneezes, or coughs. It is considered good. Right. So having understood this much, now this is time to interpret the overall score in APGAR scoring system. Try to appreciate. We have talked about these five parameters and the scoring systems as per this criteria. Try to understand if overall score comes out to be 7 or more than 7, it is considered normal. But if a score is 6 or less than 6, it is not normal. Okay, it means that baby is depressed, baby is not doing well. What is moderately depressed? It is 4 to 6, and what is severely depressed? It is 0 to 3. Now let's again draw some conclusions. It is for clinical assessment. Though you might have resuscitated this baby, but this baby is not thriving well. Okay, so this tells about the clinical condition of patient, and it also predicts birth asphyxia. Try to understand, but it is not the alone criteria which determines birth asphyxia. We have already discussed about American Academy of Pediatrics guidelines provided for the perinatal or birth asphyxia. We have discussed that for birth asphyxia, cord blood pH, I mean arterial pH, should be less than 7.00. What else? APGAR score. How much? Less or equal to 3 at fifth minute, not at first minute. What else? You have to demonstrate neurological dysfunction. Okay, you need to also demonstrate multi organ involvement. Okay, so this is criteria for birth asphyxia as per American Academy of Pediatrics. Right, and we have other definitions of birth asphyxia as well apart from American Academy of Pediatrics. Now let's again talk about the interpretation. If it is 7 to 10, everything is fine. If it is in between 4 to 6, then it means that there is moderate depression. You might need oxygen support, you might need to do suction, whatever is needed at that time you have to do. And if score is 0 to 3, it means that baby is severely depressed. Go ahead with your steps of resuscitation. Now try to understand, this is not going to decide whether you have to resuscitate or not. Anyways, keeping in mind the golden net, you have to start the resuscitation. And meanwhile, you can do the APGAR scoring retrospectively or later on. Okay. Now, this has to be done mandatory at 1 minute and fifth minute. What about later on? If a score at fifth minute is less than 7, then you have to do APGAR scoring every 5 minutes till 20 minutes. Okay. Right now, let's draw a few more conclusions. Having understood that this can predict birth asphyxia to some extent, okay? So, in case your APGAR score is low, suppose your APGAR score at fifth minute is less or equal to 3, it can predict asphyxia to some extent, okay? So, as of now, you guys know that it is related to birth asphyxia. And just now, we have studied that in birth asphyxia, there is fall in pH, particularly cord blood pH, it is related to acidosis. So try to understand, if APGAR score comes out to be low, it is related to asphyxia and it is related to fall in pH, that is acidosis. But if APGAR score comes out to be normal, then acidosis must not be present, okay, as a clear interpretation. But sometimes even after having good APGAR score, you can get acidosis as well. So what are the causes which can lead to this particular condition? One is too simple to understand, maternal acidosis. Second one is fetal catecholamine excess, particularly seen in fetal neuroblastoma. Okay, so here, contrary to normal expected pH, you can get acidosis. Now, just reverse the condition. Try to understand, sometimes APGAR score might be affected, that is, APGAR score might come out to be decreased. But still, there might be no acidosis, no evidence of asphyxia as per rest of criteria. Try to understand, only in this particular condition sometimes APGAR score might be depressed, not the baby, and this scoring can be affected in cases of extreme prematurity and severe sedation provided to the mother, and if passively baby is also sedated under the effect of maternal anesthesia. So in this particular case, APGAR score might be affected and it might come out to be low, but there will be no asphyxia, no acidosis, everything else will be fine. Now let's summarize. So here you can appreciate multiple points. It was given by Dr. Virginia, an anesthetist. And what is mandatory? You have to do it at 1 and 5th minute. And if the score at 5th minute comes out to be less than 7, then you need to repeat it every 5 minutes. What was the interpretation? We have already discussed, 7 or more normal, 4 to 6 moderate depression, less or equal to 3 severe depression. And what about a score of 10 upon 10? See, 10 upon 10 can be given, but at the very first minute, acrocyanosis is invariably present. Therefore, at the very first minute, avoid giving the score of 10 by 10. It is better to give score 9 by 10, even if you find each and everything satisfactory. Okay? And now, what about resuscitation and APGAR scoring? See, resuscitation is something life saving. It involves the concept of golden minute. So you have to go ahead with resuscitation, and meanwhile you can do the APGAR scoring retrospectively. Okay. Now, what about as a marker of asphyxia? We have already discussed this can predict asphyxia, but this is not the sole marker of asphyxia. Okay. Right. So I think that's all about the APGAR scoring. I hope you guys completely understood this topic. Bye bye. Take care.